Look, this the Black Holocaust. I knew it was prophecy. 1,000 times worse than the Jewish atrocities. Uneven playing field, there'll never be a fair score. Cause in 1619, that's when they declared war. We the 12 tribes, the ones that the promise reaches.
Okay, first and foremost, we want to start off by saying Call Halal, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, right? And today, my very quick lesson is going to be about denying this world when you come into this truth, or better yet, this world denying you when you come into this truth, and you know, going through it with maybe family members, friends, you know what I'm saying, and rejoicing in that, you know what I'm saying, because the scriptures say that you're gonna go through it, so don't be discouraged by that. If anything, be happy about it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're pleasing Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, and that's a pretty good sign. You know what I mean? When you're going through shit or stuff like that, Slakia. But first, I'm gonna get the book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 26, right? And it reads, "If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple." Now, is that saying like hate your mom, like, you know, want to kill your mom, or want to fight your dad, or, you know, you want to cuss your brothers out, or you hate yourselves, or, you know, you're at home damn slicing your wrist and contemplating suicide, you know, playing Russian roulette with your revolver? No, that's not what that's talking about. You know what I mean? That's talking about denying this world, because 9 times out of 10, and denying your flesh, right? But 9 times out of 10, you know, your mother, your father, your brother, your sisters, you know what I'm saying, even your children, they might not be in this truth. The Most High God might not have chose them, you know what I mean, to be in this truth. So basically, they can be trying to get you to, you know, oh, well, you ain't gonna celebrate Christmas this year. You ain't gonna celebrate Easter this year. I'm your mom. How you not gonna get me a happy Mother's Day? I'm your dad. How you not gonna say Happy Father's Day? Right? And so a lot of times what they try to do is they try to guilt trip you into conforming to the ways of the world. You know what I mean? The ways that you used to live. And that's how you also hate yourself in that regard, because you're not going to wish yourself a happy birthday either. Right? But you have to love the Most High enough. You have to love this word enough to tell them, hell no, I ain't dealing with that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it means by hate them. You know what I mean? Because 9 times out of 10, like I said before, your family is not going to get it. Just like it says in the book of Jeremiah, I think it's chapter 3, verse 14. Let's get it. Just really fast. This wasn't planned, so this is just going to be really fast. Okay, this is Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 14, and it says, "Turn, O backsliding children, saith Yahweh, for I am married unto you, and I will take one of you of a city, and 2 of a family, and I will bring you unto Zion." So there might be 2 people at the very most that's in this truth, man, that the Most High God allowed to see this truth. You know what I mean? So when you come into this, truth, you know, your family's going to rise up against you. And that's kind of just the way it goes. Matthew 10. Let's go to Matthew 10. Right? So you go to Matthew chapter 10, and we start at verse 34. Right? Matthew 10, verse 34. And it reads, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword." So everybody getting along and holding hands and, you know what I'm saying, skipping in the street, that's not what Yahweh Shah came to do. You know what I mean? Verse 35. "For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law." Right? "And a man's foes shall be they of his own household." A foe is an enemy. Right? But it says right here, a man's foes shall be they of his own household. Verse 37. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. Right? And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. And that cross is talking about the burden, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look, you gotta endure, and you gotta take on that burden that Yahweh Shai took on. You know what I mean? And you gotta follow him. You know, and when this happens, you don't have to necessarily do away with anybody. People are gonna do away with you. You know what I mean? People don't like the truth. You know what I'm saying? And the more you get into this truth, the more you don't like the world, the more you don't like the lies, you know, the more you don't like the deception. And really, that's all that this stuff is a bunch of deception. And unfortunately, our people, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we love to be deceived. You know what I'm saying? We love to follow the world's ways. You know what I mean? So yeah, he didn't come to set peace on earth. You know, you gotta love the Most High more than you love anything, your mother, father, or your children. And you cannot be a friend of this world, right? Let's get that. James 4:4. Right? Salakia, give me 1 second. James. Salakia, Israel. Salakia. Okay, so this is the book of James, chapter 4, verse 4. And it looks like, see, I have pages ripped out of my Bible. Not that I ripped them out or anything, but kind of just a wear and tear kind of thing, you know. Not a very good Bible. But anyway, James 4:4 says, and I have to paraphrase half of it because that page is ripped out, right? But James chapter 4, verse 4, ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God, right? And I believe the rest of it says, and whosoever is a friend of the world is an enemy of God, right? So the thing is this, would you rather be a friend of this world, which is an enemy of God, or would you rather be a servant to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, and an enemy of this world? Right? And I would rather the latter. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta be ready for this. You gotta be ready to endure. You know what I'm saying? He that endureth, the same shall be saved. Right? So let's go to Luke chapter 6, verse 22 and 23, right? Let's go here. Okay. Luke chapter 6, verse 22, and it reads, blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. So for Yahweh Shai's sake. Now, should you be sad about this? You're blessed when this happens. Remember, the next verse says this, verse 23. Rejoice ye in that day. So rejoice, man, rejoice when that happens. You know what I'm saying? Do the robot, do the centipede, right? And leap for joy. For behold, your reward is great in heaven. For in the like manner did their fathers unto the prophet. So rejoice in that day, man. Your reward is great in heaven. And they did the exact same thing to the prophets. the exact same thing, right? So these are a few scriptures that you go to whenever you feel like maybe it's getting a little hard as far as your family is concerned, and you know what I'm saying, and things like that. Man, you go to these scriptures and you dig in even more. You even be more diligent. You pray to the Most High that He gives you more faith. You know what I'm saying? And you just try to keep your faith tank full. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna need faith to walk in this, right? And the good part about this is, this isn't just something that one individual in the truth is gonna go through. Literally, almost everybody that I know of, at least, that is in this truth, that is embarking on this journey, they go through this same stuff. You know what I'm saying? So the beautiful thing about that is these people go through the same stuff. So although your blood family might not deal with you anymore, you have a spiritual family. You see what I'm saying? And in that family right there, you find peace in that family. So for me, obviously it's the Sakari Phoenix. So you guys are gonna see this. You guys are definitely my family. You know what I'm saying? So and just to sum up this video and just kind of put a explanation point on the point that I just made, we're gonna go to Matthew chapter 12, right? In verse 48, right? And it reads, but he answered, matter of fact, let's just start at verse 26. While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him. So Yahushua was talking with the people, and his mother and his brother stood without him, and they wanted to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? They're family member. Verse 47. Then one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. So the disciples are telling him, or somebody told him, hey man, your mom and your brother are out there and they want to talk, right? Verse 48. But he answered and said unto them that told him, who is my mother and who are my brethren? Verse 49. And he stretched his hand forth, right? His hand toward his disciples, and he stretched forth his hand towards his disciples and said, behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother, right? There is nowhere in the Bible, unless I can be corrected, but as far as my knowledge goes, there is nowhere in the Bible where it says a blood brother is any more your brother than a spiritual brother. You see what I'm saying? There is nowhere in the Bible, matter of fact, it says brother will deliver up brother, right? So there is nowhere. I mean, didn't Cain slay Abel? Right? Doesn't Esau hate Jacob to this damn day? See what I'm saying? So a lot of times a brother, I mean, we all love our family and everything like that, but brothers can be some of the worst people to brothers. But the Most High God is good to you in the sense that He gives you brothers that are not necessarily by the same mom, same dad, or the same mom, but spiritual brothers that are going through exactly what you're going through, and that desires are exactly what your desires are, as far as wanting to get out here and do the work and please Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? So basically, to sum up the whole lesson, it's just stay encouraged when this happens to you. Do not get discouraged when this happens to you, because when this happens to you, it is literal prophecy that it was supposed to happen to the people who are serving Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And if that's what your mission is, then you're going to rejoice in that. Just like it says in Luke chapter 6 and verse 23. Rejoice in that day. You know what I'm saying? Dance, sing, do everything you do, and rejoice in that day. So, you know what I'm saying? He that endured to the end, the same shall be saved. So let's endure. Let's do the will of the Father which is in heaven. And you know what I'm saying? And let's do our best to, wake up the elect. And with that, call all Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. and shalom.